Hi and welcome. I'm trying to learn Botanic. Today, Vegetation during the Triassic, 200 million years ago. And afterwards, we're going to do martial arts basic training. And if you participate in the martial arts basic training, that is the honors. Now, that is, I think, part 2 already. And we want to make a little video for other people who are wondering examples of plants growing during the Triassic period. Now, this should be a list, so there should be not much told. There were no flowering plants or grasses. They evolved much later. We're going to say that again. We're going to do the list when we're going to say flowering plants and grasses evolved later than the Triassic period or age. I don't know what we have. Maybe it's just both period or age called. Use, ginkgos. I wanted to spell it, but now I think I'm not going to spell it. Ginkgos. But it sounds good. Ginkgos. Ginkgos. Okay. Use ginkgos, ginkgos, and cicades. Also, and ferns and horsetails close to lakes and rivers. Do we say the Masopondylus was one of the first tall plant-eating dinosaurs? Maybe. Then we would say, because the list is not so long, we have use, ginkgos, and cicades. Ferns and horsetails. Use, ginkgos, ginkgos, and ferns, and it were not ferns, it were cicades. Use, ginkgos, ginkgos, and cicades, and also ferns and horsetails near lakes and rivers. And flowering plants and grasses did not grow, they evolved much later, and the Masopondylus. Masopondylus, I'm going to look a little bit. Do we have another explanation to the Masopondylus? Because I'm going to show you in a Masetognathrus. I'm going to show you in a moment one of these Masopondylus, how it's drinking at some. There's the Masopondylus. And it's drinking at a river. And at rivers and lakes where could ferns and horsetails grow. So Masopondylus, and the Masopondylus was one of a bit too long. Was one of the first tall plant-eating animals, but I want to give it a bit this information to it. The information is a bit dinosaur-based, and during that time, ferns and trees. We're going to say it like that. During that time, during the Triassic, 200 million years ago, ferns and trees, which was 400 million years ago, were an important food for plant-eating dinosaurs. For example, the Masopondylus, who was one of the first tall plant-eating dinosaurs. Or the Trilophosaurus. That one there. So there's the Masopondylus, and there's the Trilophosaurus. Now let's spend a few dedicated seconds on learning these two names. Let's take just one. Masopondylus. It has something to do with muscle, with massive, and then something else. Masopondylus. Masopondylus. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I have to have a word. I am a bit irritated by the vocals. Masopondylus. And the other one is the Trilophosaurus. Masopondylus, Trilophosaurus. Mosaponolus, Trilophosaurus. Trilophosaurus, 2 O's. The other one is Mastopondylus, Trilophosaurus. Okay, no, we're having it. But this vegetation, but should be just our list, so we don't want to save it much. We're going to do a second video about the vegetation. What we're learning here. Okay, we want to say use and ginkgos, Ginkgos, and cicadas, and also ferns and horsetails near lakes and rivers. And trees and ferns, which evolved 400 years. I want to say the other thing first. And ferns and horsetails near lakes and rivers. Flowering plants and grasses weren't growing yet, they haven't evolved then. But already 400 million years ago, the trees and ferns which have evolved then were now growing during the Triassic time 200 million years ago, and they were eaten by plant-eating animals. For example, the Mosaponolus, who was one of the first tall plant-eating dinosaur, or the Trilophosaurus, who also ate plants, fed on plants. Okay, we're having time for 3-4 takes. I'm going to start a second camera. And now we try to make a little list for people who are searching for a list of plants growing during the Triassic period. Maybe it's not a perfect list, but it's the beginning. Let's just try it. Maybe we are able, maybe not. It's according to the... Is it not Colas or Philip Whitfield? Golenks. Whitefield? Victor Golenz, London. Reprinted by Victor Golenz. Yes, and who did it now? No idea why it was Phil Woodfield written. We're going to say Golan's Dinosaur Encyclopedia for Children. Golenks. That was a typo first. Who was it? Use ginkgos and cicadas. Mosaponolus and Trilophosaurus. Use ginkgos, Ginkgos, and cicadas, and also ferns and horsetails near to lakes and rivers were growing during the Triassic period 200 million years ago. During that time, grasses and flowering plants were not growing, they evolved later, but trees and ferns, which had evolved 400 million years ago, were growing, and many animals were eating them. For example, the Mosaponolus, the first tall plant-eating dinosaur, and also the Trilophosaurus was eating these plants. And that is according to the Golan's Dinosaur Encyclopedia for Children on the pages 14 and 15. Encyclopedia. Encyclopedia. I don't know. No, I think it was okay. I'm going to stop the second camera. And we will do now the martial arts basic training. If you're here for the preparation of the next video, vegetation during the Triassic period, where we're going to explain a little bit more, then you can go directly to the next video. We will do now the martial arts basic training. If you participate in the martial arts basic training, that is at your own risk. We're starting with it's the greeting motion. Foot up, a leg up, and we bring the foot up and down. The other leg up, and we bring the foot up and down. And first the crane. Taking the foot as the ankle, then making straight back, then we bring the foot down to the ground. So it's actually stretching the quad muscles. And we're taking the other foot as the anchor and we're making a straight back and we bring the foot down, the knee down. And now we're train stop, going to the side and we're stretching one leg out, the toes up on the forward. We're going over to the other side, the toes up on the forward, we're stretching the leg. And now we're doing the mantis, they go from side to side. And last 2 times. And now we're doing lunges. We're falling in front and now back. And back. And now the last 2 times. And now we're starting. We're bringing one leg up and back, the other one up and back. The shoulder snow blow. Knee up and back, do 3 steps in the middle, knee up and back. One time for each leg again. And our next exercise, stretch kicks. One arm out and kick against the hand. Other arm out and kick against it. You can do 3 steps in the bed. And the last time each leg. Now we're doing the frog. Knee up and back, and again back, in. And up and back, the other one, up and in. And up and back, and in again. And the last time of each leg. And now Russian kicks, a leg up and back and up and in. The other one up, back, up and in. And the last time of each leg. And now swing kicks. Swing a leg over, bring it over, step back, 2, 3 steps, swing and over. And last 2. And now 10 push-ups. Hands underneath the shoulders, straight back, elbows close to the ribcage. The first one, and the second one, and already the third one, 4th one, 5th one, and 6th one, and the 7th one, and the 8th one, and now the number 9, and the last one. Okay. Now we're stretching. One foot with the heel into the ground and pull the toes in. Bring the foot to the left and pull the toes in. Foot to the right and pull the toes in. Foot into the middle and pull the toes in. Move the leg from left to right. Other. Foot with the heel into the ground and pull the toes in. Foot to the right and pull the toes in. To the left and pull the toes in. To the middle and pull the toes in. And move the leg from left to right. And we're doing the trunk ignite at the end. We're breathing in, legs wide apart. Out. Last one, breathe in. Out. Breathe in, close the legs. And out. That was the martial arts basic training. I think very much. Until next time.